feel the air shift. You instinctively glance behind you, just raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me.
You've unraveled.
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back
we've got
to me.
one more.
I will be singular. A final multitude.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alrighty. We are back with possibly the final part of this series. Let's get straight into it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We know. This time we're just gonna go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
She will lie, she will
cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Oh,
she's a
of course
princess.
Not. Why would
We're supposed to
we go through
save
with it?
princesses, not slay them.
Why would we ever consider going through it?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm gonna go without it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I'm trying to get a different version than last time.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I want to get a different...
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay.
I know
I'll be
this
here.
is very similar to
Good
what I
luck.
chose before, though.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the
What if I was
blade
gonna go
like
up
you were
and grab the
supposed to.
blade?
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you.
This is the
The
same,
clang
isn't
of
it?
bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Yeah. This
It's
is...
like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you.
I think I did this
Now
already.
let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Well, I can't even slay her if I want to.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The
All I
blade.
can do is resist.
Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
She doesn't look very happy
You
about it,
aren't
though.
dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again.
Damn.
And you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, Your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
She's crying over us. Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
We're
path
gonna go
is a
save
cabin.
her, right? Because she's a damsel.
And in the basement of that
she doesn't
cabin
know what she's doing.
is a
She's
princess.
innocent. She needs a knight in shining armor.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's
A
go.
warning before you go any further.
She will lie.
She will lie.
Cheat.
She will
do
cheat.
everything
She
in
will
her
do
power.
everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. That's a new one. The Smitten.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
I guess we really are doing a fairy tale here. We're here to save the princess that we are apparently, or at least Smitten is
Last
with.
time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Bros in love.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
That's a piece of advice other people should use. Your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Rescuing the damsel. Oh yes, because I am a knight in shining armor. Not really. I am a creature.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched
I will
on its
look at the
edge.
mirror this time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Walk up to the wall next
Here's
to
the
the
question, do I
basement.
take the blade or
It's a
not?
wall.
I'm not here to kill
Isn't
her,
much to
I'm
see
here to
here.
save her.
What are you talking about?
Because she's a
This isn't
damsel.
wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go without it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
But it's elegant.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Nah, but he's in love.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
No, the smitten
Just
has been
remember
smitten.
that her
He is
charms
in
are all
love.
part of the manipulation.
He's in love, just accept it.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. I like that line.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely
she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh wow, I'm her hero.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
No, the hero part's
And
important.
she called us a hero.
Yeah.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Look at how cute she's looking. Just put that little capybara.
Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
That's right, villain.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
By cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you.
Is this
This is
just
horrible.
because this is our final piece? Has everything not been resetting? Have we literally all those different time loops we've gone through been different realities of a parallel world?
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
Even the
Are
hero
you sure we
shouting
want
it.
to rescue her?
Is the last one always the damsel, or is this just happenstance?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Just do your job.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
That's a good question.
I
She
think
might.
he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive
You're
her
also
to
a little
violence.
voice telling me what to do.
You died, and now we're talking.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Ah! What happened? No! 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 Shit! Fuck.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
I was gonna say that this guy's good, but I really think voice of the paranoid from the start going heart, lungs, liver, brain. is literally the goat.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Aww.
I can't believe it.
I must have
guess I
gotten
have
the
to.
happy ending.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful
Aw.
embrace. Ugh.
She hugged us.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Leave?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before. I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep
Is
reflection.
she about to go demon mode?
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
No. I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh!
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me.
That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
What's going on with the music? What's going on with the music? I want you to make me unhappy? In real life, this is what I'd say. Because I'm that type of person who wants to pry to figure out what they want, but I don't want this to go badly. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
It is a love story.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Bend reality.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
False. We've been going through many rounds with her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will
Even
ever
from
know.
the first time when she was a creepy ghost, we decided to make equals.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
The power of love, baby.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
No, this is a happy fairy tale.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Yes.
I hate you.
Go ahead.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
I love this ending.
A happy ending at last.
She's gonna get taken away, though.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring.
He's a bit of a simp, but this ending I like.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Our feathers? Are we a bird? But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
What if we become? The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silent as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need it to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But this isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond that reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror itself into jagged shards of broken glass. Ooh. It's blinking. So you're the narrator.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Ooh. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Keeps breaking.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
So we literally kept world hopping.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore. I'm aware.
And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
So you do know about the looping so many times a night. Why did you lie to me?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
I guess that makes sense.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and
So
which
their
of them are wrong?
conscience wasn't thrown across, only mine.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Okay. If you made me, then what am I? What is the princess?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
I only got like 3 left.
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Goodbye.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Everything's shaking. Okay. Okay.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I already made that choice. I have that option.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What?
Your liver keeps staking to your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
That was the last one I talked to.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. You are the one. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring.
It's from her perspective.
But even when dissolved, You gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance. You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break.
I like how it's going through each of them. The happy one was definitely the last one, though. I think I went through a path of violence for most of this.
Would you limit yourself to what you are now?
She's so pretty.
Or would
with
you
her
like to
tail.
see what you might become tomorrow?
Continue to appeal. I will not surrender. I will continue to appeal.
You are the whole of reality. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Continue to appeal.
I could ask you
I want to see all of them.
There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. Fear pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing. Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful, eternal, but ever-changing.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. You've done everything you can to make me understand. I never want to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
free yourself. You really wanted me to kill her. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but are twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is.
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Damn. Okay! I wonder if there's different endings. Like, I guess if I tried to kill her, it might have been a different ending. Also, gotta say, the music is really good. But, I mean, I had fun playing this game. I enjoyed it. I liked how we got to see each of them. Damn, that's a lot of people. I'm just glad we got to go through and see all of the different versions to show that our choices weren't completely null, in a sense. Thank you so much for playing as an expression of gratitude. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. Come on. Explore. Alright. Well, that was our playthrough of Slay the Princess. 5 episodes long, or parts long, and I had fun with this game. I had fun doing like a playthrough thing, but I just wanted to try doing something a little different on the channel. I would say I'd go through a different run-through, but maybe on Twitch one of these days I might do a different run-through, just stream the game. Who knows? But I hope everyone enjoyed watching this. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'll see all you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!